Good morning. Must have got some snow overnight. It's currently 10 AM, leaving our Airbnb, and we're about to embark on what is probably going to be my favourite part of the trip. We're heading to the Speyside whiskey region, and we're going to go to a few distilleries over there. Quick stop before we go to some distilleries. Had to go to the pharmacy because Sally's still sick, and probably should get her some medicine. These should make her feel better, hopefully. And I of course need a coffee before we continue on the road. Alright, for those of you who are unfamiliar with this, the Speyside whiskey region is one of the 5 whiskey regions in Scotland. They include the Highlands, Lowlands, Islay Island, and of course Speyside. And it's based around the River Spey, hence the name Speyside. And it's the largest whiskey producing region in Scotland. And pretty much most of the ones you would find, like your most mainstream whiskies, have probably come from this region in some way, even all the blends and stuff like that. There's like a tourist area that you can, or like a tourist trail you can follow. It's called the Malt Whiskey Trail, and you just sort of follow it to different distilleries that open. You can do tours in. I've sort of picked, there's about 8 of them on that trail. I've picked out about 5 that I want to check out. Probably not going to tour all of them, and I'm not going to drink at all of them. I just want to like have a look at their products, just because I've actually got to drive, so can't really be drinking. But I have a couple of days here, so I'll sample a couple, maybe pick up a couple of samples to try later when I can actually have a drink. So the first one I'm at is Ben Romack Distillery. I've actually not heard of it. I don't know what they produce. Chances are they probably produce something that's blended into other whiskies, as a lot of them do, because what I'm going to later, I'll say that later anyway, also do that. But I'm sure they have their own single malt as well. But I don't know, guess we'll find out when we go inside. Let me see, Ben Romack, Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey. I'm actually worried that they might not be open. It said online they're open, but I don't know.
And he signed it and went away, and they got 575 bottles. Just that's cold tea, by the way. That's just a wind up. That's a joke.
Yeah.
It's one of 600. It says 99% proof, but it's tea.
Okay.
It's just a joke.
It's just representing it. Yeah. Prince Charles himself bottled it.
Yeah. No, he filled it. No, he filled
the cask.
He filled the cask, bunged it, and he never came back. And what happened was, when they bottled it, he got bottle number 1.
This is the selection of their range. Got a free sample of the 10-year-old, which you can get back at Dan Murphy's back home, actually. Never really heard of the brand, hadn't seen it, but highly recommend it. It's really good, really smooth, a bit slightly peaty and slightly smoky. Even Sally thought it was okay, right? You said it was like okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Better than Talisker?
Yeah.
Yeah, better than Talisker. She has some taste of whiskey. As he was saying, Prince Charles put that one there. He even signed it. And that was Ben Romack Distillery. It's really interesting, actually. The guy was really nice and gave me a free half dram because I have to drive, and he didn't charge me for it, which was good. I'd actually, like I said, I'd never heard of it, and he said the reason why is probably because they actually closed down for a long period of time. I think it was like, I don't know how long it was, but it was reopened in 1998 by Prince Charles himself. And that cask that we showed you was the first cask to be made since they reopened it. And he himself put the little cork thingy in it, and he got the first bottle out of it. So I thought it was pretty cool, really interesting. Wasn't expecting that. And the guy was really nice. Anyway, onwards to the next place. Tell you what, this is a pretty scenic place to have a distillery. There was nothing until we came here. There was just nothing but fields and snow and pine trees. We're currently at Cardew Distillery. Let's head on in. Actually, before we go in, I just saw some cows out here, just outside the distillery. Looks like our pin. They're just hanging out. Look at those horns though. So big. Distillery there. Fields of snow. Cows. This place is cool. It's probably a bit weird. I just like jumped in and then jumped out, and you see me out here, but I feel like really strange recording while I'm having a tasting, because it's just me. Sally's is like hanging out in the car. She's still not feeling too well, and I don't feel like just like pointing a camera at the girl who was there telling me all about the whiskey. because it feels strange that I'm gonna like hold the camera and drink. Nobody really wants to see that anyway. Just sampled like half a dram of I think it was the special batch one. I don't know, each one just explaining is very different, each batch of it. I think it was called like the distiller's batch or something. It was really good. I quite liked it. Really smooth. If anyone hasn't heard of Cardhu, you definitely know some of the stuff that they do, because I think they do a lot of bottling for, or not, maybe not bottling, but the blend is in Johnnie Walker. There's signs for it everywhere, so a lot of their stuff's in there, but they also do their own single malt, which is really good, really smooth. I found, yeah, I quite like it. And don't worry, I'm not drinking too much. I'm just having like a little half dram here and there. They got pretty strict drink driving laws. Well, I keep saying, but I think it's exactly the same as our drink driving laws, but I don't know. I'm probably gonna head on to the accommodation now, and I might head out to one more place after there. I think Sally just wants to have a nap, and yeah, let's see what happens. Oh, looking right into the sun. One quick stop before we go to our B&B. I was gonna come here and it's along the way, so we convinced Sally right there to come out and have a look at this too. It's not a distillery, it's a cooperage. It's Bayside Cooperage, which is where they make barrels, and they're meant to make whiskey barrels here, so I thought it'd be pretty cool to check out. Barrels are cool, they hold liquid. Anyway, looks pretty cool here. There's a barrel man.
Barrel man.
It is Barrel Man. I'm gonna call him Cooper. Coop. He's at the front. There's lots of barrels out the front.
The plants are put in barrels.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
That's cool.
And looks like we can look inside those ones. I don't know what they are. Anyway, let's go up and have a look at the cooperage. There's a big pile of barrels.
In the northeast corner of Scotland,
We're watching a
there is
video
an historic land formed by fire and ice.
at the cooperage.
It is a romantic and picturesque landscape.
You excited for the
where our
movie?
trees watch over our glens,
Yeah.
gorges, and river valleys. It is
It's a nice
land
looking
where we
movie.
are blessed with
I'm gonna stop filming now because it's not probably gonna be interesting to watch on YouTube.
This caramelized
Oh, they did put the smell out. This is way better productions than the Loch Ness thing. I thought Loch Ness would have better productions than this, but this is quite, I don't know, it's very cinematic. And it's 4D experience. They're like blowing out the smell of wood at us.
It
smells awesome.
Much more than a storage.
It's like walking around above the cooperage, and there's just a bunch of guys working down there. I don't think the guy's too happy about me filming up here, so I won't film back down there. But it's just like telling us how barrels are made, and I think he said that they mostly repair them here. And yeah, it's pretty cool just watching them work, doing it by hand. It's unbelievable. Check it out. I'm inside a big barrel. Pretty cool in here. Now we can find inside the big barrel.
Yeah.
We had better be off to our accommodation now before it gets too dark. Cooperage was really fun though. It was really interesting to see them making barrels and repairing them. And they said that they ship them all over the world, even to Tasmania. Room tour, bed, sitting area, television, bathroom. Sally didn't want to do the room tour, so I did the room tour.
Doing it on purpose like that.
Yeah, the room tour, I'm doing the room tour on purpose. Outside. Very nice room.
Why do you blink so much?
I don't blink so much. Making me self-conscious now.
And here's our room. We're staying at the Conville House Bed and Breakfast in Dufftown.
I already did the room tour.
Yeah, but you did it really badly on purpose. You did. Here's our bed. Looks nice and big and comfy. And the view. I like this view. It's so snowy outside. I like the snow. And she said something about bathrobes. It's bathrobes. Yay! And the bathroom here looks nice too. Bathroom. Sitting area. TV. Tea and coffee. Hot chocolate.